Hello, everybody. This is Miss Jarek. I'm sorry. I know my voice is very raspy and hard to understand. Please bear with me, though. I thought it would be a lot easier for me to explain this out loud than just writing down directions for you. I am sorry. I'm not completely better from where I was out sick last week, and I've been advised to stay home. So I apologize. I've been out more this semester than I think I've ever been out in an entire year before. So I apologize. But we need to get finished, or we need to get started rather, on your holiday horror recuts so that we can finish them before the end of the semester. We are simply out of days, so it's important that we start on time. And so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of guide you through how to get started on this project. You're just going to start it today. We will do a lot of it together in class next time as well. The main goal for today is I want you to collect the footage that you plan to use and go ahead and put it in Adobe Premiere. Okay. So I'm going to kind of walk you through how to do this. So looking at our page in Canvas that you found this video on, I want to point out a couple of quick things. So I did go ahead and try and find as many holiday movies as I could that were online that you could possibly use for this project. And it's really not as many as I had hoped. There are a couple that I've already had to remove, like I had both the cartoon and the live action Jim Carrey Grinch movie posted on here earlier this week. But YouTube has already taken those down because of copyright infringement. So if you don't see a video here that you want to use, you can obviously go on YouTube and find another movie. I know there are several other movies that people mentioned that they might want to use. As long as it is a G or PG rated movie, a movie that is, for the most part, a happy film. That way, you are completely changing the sort of theme and mood of it by making it a mystery or horror trailer. Then that is totally fine. You can use it as long as you can find the footage. Okay. What I do not want you to do is I don't want you to tell yourself that you might have the footage saved at home or look for something that you just simply can't find. If you cannot find the footage that you want, if you can't find the movie that you want on YouTube today in class, then pick another movie. Okay, we don't have enough time for you to kind of drag your feet on this. I need you to make sure that you pick something that you can actually find the resources to. Now, I also know there's several of you that have been out and you have no idea what this project is. If you are one of those people, hang around at the very end of the video. I'm going to go over some basics about the project a little bit more, okay? All right, so let's jump in on how exactly you are going to get your footage. Originally, I was just going to provide you guys with 3 or 4 minutes from a couple of different movies to choose from. But because you guys kind of stressed that you wanted so many different options, I'm going to let you go out and decide what clips you actually record. And to do that, we're going to use free software called Screencastify. So if you actually look on this page that you found the video on Canvas, you'll see a big link to Screencastify. And you do have to be in Google Chrome. I have a feeling most of you are, but just in case you're not. But when you click Screencastify, it'll open in another tab like this. And I want you to hit the blue button that says Add to Chrome. Okay, and I've already done this myself, so it's going to look a little bit different. But when you click this button, and it's usually very, very quick, it'll pop up and there'll be a blue button right up here where instead of saying installed, it'll say install, and you just click it to install it. And it happens very quickly. And if you see this icon over on the left, this sort of like pink or red arrow with like the little white film camera in the middle, that's the icon for Screencastify. To use Screencastify, you need to find that icon up at the top of your Chrome browser. So like mine on my screen is right up here. I can see the icon. Sometimes though, the icon is kind of hidden and you might have to do something like hit the 3 little dots over on the side of your Chrome browser or click on your other extensions tab to kind of open it up, but you're going to need this little button and you're going to need to know where it is. So when it says it's installed, take a second and find that red and white button. Okay. Now, once you've got that button found, all you have to do to use Screencastify is you click on it. And just so that we're clear, because I didn't really explain this, Screencastify records your screen. Okay, so even though you can't download things off of YouTube very easily on your school computers, this is kind of like taking a video screenshot. So we can take a recording of the things that you find online and we can use that footage. It's not 100% legal, but we're going to use it in a way that is considered fair use. Mine is being a little bit slow to load. Click on it again, see if it'll open up. But it will open up this little tab right here that has some settings. Let me pause for a second and see if I can get my connection to be a little bit stronger really fast. All right, I still can't seem to get it to load, so I'm going to figure out a little workaround for you really quick. And this is more just my internet at home is not great at the moment. But when you do click this little Screencastify icon, there should be a little pop-up here. And my pop-up is spinning and not loading, but I found a picture of what it does look like when it pops up. So when it does pop up, it looks like what you see right here. Okay. And there are a few settings I want to go over with you. Number one, you're not going to need webcam because you're not recording yourself. Okay, but there are two different ways to record your screen. One is going to record the entire desktop with everything that you can see on your screen at once. The other will just record what you can see in your Chrome browser. So I recommend you turn it to Chrome browser for sure. Click on that option. You don't have to worry about microphone because you're not the person talking or recording audio or the webcam. But there is going to be a little option right here where my mouse is spinning that says show more options. Okay. It is very important that you click show more options because down at the very bottom of the show more options area is a little button that says tab audio. Okay, you have to turn this on. So you have to turn that button to red, just like you see in the picture here. If you don't, when you hit record, your YouTube video will play. It will record the footage, but it will not record the sound. So make sure that you turn on tab audio. It also has an option for you to choose from a couple of different countdown settings. There's 3, 5, and 10 seconds, and you can choose how long it counts down before it begins to record. But all you have to do when you're ready to record is hit this blue button, and it will start to count down. I can't get mine to load at the moment. Let me flip to another tab and we'll give it one more try. But if I were ready to do this, I would put my YouTube video on like full screen, right? Okay, so I would put it on full screen and then I would hit my Screencastify button, which still doesn't want to load. I would make sure that the tab for audio is turned on, the tab audio button, and I would hit record. Okay, and it'll have a little pop-up that shows you that it's recording. And as soon as you get done recording a small section, just click the Screencastify button one more time and hit stop, which is just a square symbol. Okay, don't try to record the entire movie. Just record clips here or there that you think that you want to use. That way your files are not crazy large and it doesn't take you a really long time. All right, now once you've hit stop, again, this isn't loading. Let me see if it'll show you right here. So underneath this option, when it does show up, when it does actually load the way it's supposed to, up at the very top, when you click the icon, there's going to be a little symbol right here that my mouse is moving around. That's 2 squares with like a little play button sign on one of the squares. Click this once you're done recording. Okay, and it's going to take you, it's going to open up a new tab. It's going to take you to your videos. So it's going to open up a page that looks just like my screen right now. And I've got a bunch of videos on here. I did get it to work for about 13 seconds and I recorded this little clip of Rudolph, but I haven't been able to get it to work since. But once you're in here, you'll be able to click on your videos and you'll have the option to play them back. I did open it up in another tab. I'm still not sure if it's going to load. Yeah, let me go back to where I was really quick. But you have the option to play back your videos. Over here on the left-hand side, there's also a little edit option. And I do recommend that you use this. So we are not making your whole trailer in Screencastify. You're just using that to record video footage so that you can add it to Premiere. But I do recommend you use this edit button. You can click launch the editor. Okay. And it'll let you open up a piece of footage. Because my internet connection is not super good right now, I just opened up a piece of footage that I had saved to my computer. But in here, you can do all kinds of simple things. You can trim the video. So if it's longer than you want it to be, you can go ahead and trim it down a little bit. You can also crop it. And I highly recommend that you choose to crop it, because when you do record the screen, like if you see here, I recorded my screen for this example, you probably got a whole bunch of stuff in there that you don't actually want people to see in your trailer. Like you're going to want to crop it to just the footage itself and not all the extra stuff that it might have recorded. So you can use the crop tool to do that. You just kind of stretch the little orange box around like you would a regular crop tool in any other app, and you hit done. And when you feel like your footage is good, it's complete, you need to export it so that you can actually put it in Premiere. And to export it, there's a big blue button up here on the top right. You just hit export, choose export MP4. You're gonna click it. Okay, it's gonna ask you to name your video. I'm just gonna name it something for right now. Hit download, and it will take a little bit of time, especially if you recorded a longer clip. I do want to remind you though, you have to have at least 4 different clips of footage for your trailer. So you've got to record at least 4 different scenes. You can do way more than 4, but 4 is the minimum. And once it's done processing, just like anything else you download on Google Chrome, it'll kind of pop up at the bottom of the screen. And when you go to Adobe Premiere, just like we did last class, you'll be able to look in your downloads folder underneath import, because you'll be making a brand new project. So you'll hit new project, and then you'll look in your downloads folder and you'll find this footage. Okay. So again, it popped up down at the bottom of my screen and I can look at it there. Okay. And that's all you have to do to record. And you can do that each and every time. So when you go to another video, again, put it in full screen, hit the little Screencastify button, and then start to record. And then hit stop when you're done and go to the editor. So to go to the editor, remember, right here. To go to the editor, go to this icon, which is your My Videos tab, and it'll open up all your videos, just like you see with mine right here. Okay. It's actually very simple, takes a little trial and error, but you'll get it. Okay. And I do want to mention one other thing to you. So don't record an entire movie, right? Pick out your clips, look through your videos first, find the clips that you want. If you can't find an entire movie on YouTube, because typically that is considered copyright infringement, there are a lot of movies that can be put together with multiple shorter video clips. For instance, I posted a link to the Polar Express, and the full movie is on YouTube, but it's cut up into shorter segments that are like 3 and 4 minutes long. And so if you can't find the full movie of something that you want, look for clips like this. You can use clips like this just like a full video, okay? But make sure that whatever video you choose, you can find it today in class. If you can't begin to download footage today, then you need to pick something different. All right. That's it. I just want you to start to record everything, get everything recorded that you want, put it in a new Premiere project, and save often. Okay. You can begin to edit. We'll do a few things together next class too. Otherwise, if you know what to do, you know what the project is, you can close out, have a wonderful weekend. If you don't know what the project is, let me give you a really quick overview of the project, and then I'll let you go as well. Okay. So I'm going to run back to Canvas really quick. I tried to post everything on this same page. So you've got all these links to these different videos. And if you keep scrolling, down at the bottom is a slideshow about our project. I went over it earlier this week, but if you weren't here, you may have missed it. The idea behind this project is we are going to take happy, childlike holiday films. And if you don't want to do a holiday film, that's okay, but it needs to be a G or PG rated movie that is a happy go lucky, simple kids movie. And the idea is we're going to take something that has that kind of theme and that mood, and you're going to recreate a movie trailer that makes it out to be a mystery or horror film. Okay, so you're going to use footage that you can find and audio that you can find, and you're going to make it into a horror movie trailer. And in this slideshow, so like if I click through a little bit, let's see, let's click through several. There's a few trailers in here that you can kind of look at. It's not wanting to slide. There it goes. Okay. So one of the first examples that I included was the movie Frozen. Everybody knows the movie Frozen, and yeah, it has some suspenseful parts, but overall, it's a happy movie. There's an example of a trailer in here that's been recut to make Frozen out to be a horror movie. Okay, there's also one for the movie Mary Poppins and for the movie Elf. I recommend take a couple minutes. They're all really short. Watch those just to get an idea of what we're doing. But these are good examples of exactly what we're doing. We're taking movies that were happy and we're giving them a sort of suspenseful trailer instead. And so we will do a bunch of editing together next class, but there are some very basic requirements for the video that I want to go over with you. The first one is you are eventually going to have to do some kind of color editing and alteration of the footage in Premiere. Your trailer has to be between 90 seconds and 3 minutes long. You do have to add at least one original sound or music bit. I'm sorry, my voice is cracking. Excuse me. And then you also have to add a movie rating at the beginning of the trailer. And we will do that together next class. Okay. You need at least 4 different clips of footage from a movie of your choice. They all have to be from the same movie or TV show. And you are going to add an info slide at the very end of the trailer, which we will also do together next class. Okay, I want you to consider this trailer is not meant to be like an R-rated trailer itself. It's not meant to be gory or scary. It's not meant to show anything that's inappropriate for school. It's just meant to build suspense and make viewers think about this movie as something completely different than what they know it to be, as something more suspenseful and mysterious. So definitely look through this slideshow, play some of those trailers back. And there's a few pointers and tips in here that we went over last time that you can kind of check out there. Okay. But otherwise, that's the general idea. Pick a movie and get started downloading footage. All right. Have a good weekend. I will see you guys next week.